Okay.
Us have been committing a lot of mistakes in the Philippines, like the vlogger that was arrested or the Russian guy that was deported, just because they do some dumb things and they don't understand the culture. Please listen to this Filipino girl and learn from what she's saying. You know, don't judge, just listen. If you want to travel to the Philippines, make sure you follow some of these things. You know, respect the laws of the land, respect the country. Southeast Asia is different from the Western world. You know, they have their culture, they have all the things that they do differently. So if you want to travel here and you want to live here because of one thing or another, you also have to respect. You know, when you go to Rome, do as the Romans do. Watch the video, click the like, click the share, subscribe to the channel so we can bring you more videos like this. Let's go.
Okay, I want to talk about this because I see this all the time. Before anyone gets defensive, this is not an attack. Most foreigners that I meet here are actually kind people. But sometimes you can be kind and still very wrong. And usually it's not about bad intentions. It's about understanding the culture. Number one that you shouldn't do here in the Philippines is talking down to people. Filipinos are polite, they say yes, they smile, but that doesn't mean they are stupid or weak. I remember being in a restaurant once and there was this foreigner who keeps raising his voice because his order was taking too long. The waiter just kept smiling and apologizing. Raising your voice doesn't help to make things faster. It's just make things slower because the person that you are talking, which is the waiter, shuts down and now is in fear or in a panic mode, which makes the communication more harder. The second one is complaining about how things are better back home. Constantly comparing the Philippines to your country. This is another thing. In my country, this will never happen. My country is so much better. I had a friend who did this all the time. Every burnout, every delay, every small inconvenience, she complained. Because everyone is assuming everyone is poor and needs saving. Not every Filipino needs saving. Not every Filipina is looking for a sponsor. I once heard a foreigner saying that I am helping her family, so they should be grateful. You can help.
Okay, welcome back to life, everybody. Welcome to my evening life. Being joined here by Uncle Ned.
It's still alive.
Uncle Ned is also here in Tacloban, but he's from New York. This is Breezers, as usual, bringing you the life and the joy of Southeast Asia, Philippines, to be precise. So today we are going to be talking about the mistakes that foreigners commit here. The mistakes that foreigners commit here. I'm being joined by my Cameroonian brother, Reverend Brother Derek. That is my younger brother. Welcome, bro. Welcome to life. Uncle Ned, meet my younger
Thank
brother.
you.
This is my younger brother.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hello to everyone.
All right.
I am I'm so happy to be here. It's a pleasure for me to join you. The Breezers TV, right from Philippines.
Outstanding. We're enjoying it.
Welcome, bro. So
Yeah,
we
no,
were
no.
about to discuss about the Philippines, but right now it's all about you and Cameroon. What's going on in Cameroon?
Okay. Cameroon is, first of all, the location of Cameroon is in the central west of the continent of Africa, and is one of the countries with a lot of blessings, yet with a lot of challenges in the aspect of governance, because we have one of the oldest leaders in the world as at now, who is 93 years and has been in power for 43 and so many years. And the country is also very unique because it's a bilingual country. We have The majority of the country is Francophone and a minority, 2 regions, Anglophone. And because of that, the Anglophones have always felt that they are marginalized, which is true, of course. And the Francophones, since they have little or nothing to complain about, they feel like the Anglophones are complaining a lot. So there are a lot of tensions in the country. We had a presidential election that passed last 12 October, and people have the feeling that it was cheated, and so people are not happy. There is this tension. But then we right now, today is the 10th of January. Tomorrow we are going to celebrate the 11th of February, which is a national day for all the youths. So in the English part of the country where there is an ongoing conflict, we are in a house. We have a sit-in because the separatists have asked us to sit in because this day they don't recognize it, and we can't celebrate it. So for our safety, we are just home, and that will continue till tomorrow and maybe after tomorrow. So that's a bit about what we can say about Cameroon. But it's a good country because predominantly it is a religious country. There's still a lot of Africanness in people. There's a respect for the elders. There's the hospitality in the people. We welcome strangers. We are so happy to have people from different places come to Cameroon. The aspect of the humanness of the people are still very, very much intact. Being an African country, Cameroon is one of the countries that we can say people love, people respect, people welcome, and people have prospect for a better tomorrow. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Oh my
Let me
goodness.
ask you a question. What is the natural resource there, or what is the biggest driver to make money there if you live there? I mean, is it a gold, a cocoa, silver? What's your main natural resource?
Okay, thank you very much. Cameroon, we call Cameroon Africa in miniature, which means that everything you have ever heard of Africa is found in Cameroon. We have
Right.
gold, we have uranium, we have copper, we have silver. Those are things that are underground. We have oil. And then when it comes to crops, those are crops that we export. We have coffee, we have cocoa, we have many other we have cotton also in the north, and then we have cassava in large quantities, which is also a cash crop. We have everything in Cameroon. There's what we call cashew nut also, it's in Cameroon. So every bit of what we have ever had in Africa, ever heard or had in Africa is in Cameroon. But right
with
now
the
it is
management-
largely unexploited.
Mhm.
Okay, just give me a minute, everybody.
Come again,
Let
please.
me just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me chip in here before we continue with the topic. And I see it's heating up. Uncle Ned is very curious to know, because I know Uncle Ned is originally from Cameroon, even though he's from New York. But I see I see a lot of Cameroon in him. We are being joined by Jojo. Jojo is one of our brothers here in Leyte. Welcome, Jojo. Welcome. The person you see speaking, Dinderingong, is my younger brother. He's a reverend brother and working with the Catholic mission in Cameroon. He has been to so many African countries and some countries out of Africa. So he has a lot of knowledge about geopolitics, religious issues, everything you want to know about Cameroon, Africa, West Africa, East Africa, because he's been to Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, Ivory Coast, you can name them. And currently he's working with the
Nigeria.
Okay. So I'm just going to open the floor and give you guys whatever you want to ask him. I will just stand by and be smiling. Continue. Thank you very much.
I got a question. Are you using the
Uh,
French money or your own Cameroonian money? What is the money
okay, in
in
Cameroon we use
Cameroon?
the we use the French CFA. The French CFA, it is money that is printed in France for French colonies in Africa.
Okay, okay. And the same way.
Unfortunate as it may sound, unfortunate as it may sound, yeah.
Okay, so is that the same
Sorry.
money that they were using in the Sahel, Senegal, Burkina Faso, using the French money? Is that the same?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. There are about 14 countries in Africa. 14 countries in Africa are using the French franc CFA. In West Africa and then in the Central Africa, 14 countries, and they have
Okay.
their central bank control in France. So France is directly controlling these 14 countries, economically speaking.
Okay, but you have an English side and a French side, but both sides, the English and the French side, are both using the French money. Is that correct?
Exactly,
Oh,
because yeah, you are very correct, sir. Mhm. You are very
okay.
correct. This is because the English side after the First World War. This we go to history now. After the First World War, Cameroon was administered as partly as a French territory and partly as a British territory. And the British territory was linked to Nigeria, which is an English colony. And in the time of independence, the English side had the option, only two options, either to have their independence by joining the French side or having independence by joining the Nigerian side. And the political leaders at that time opted for the joining of the French side. And so being Anglophone and joining the French side means, although we are English speakers, we are still part of the the country, the entire country, so to say. So that's why you have the English and the French part using the same colony, the same
Money.
money. Sorry to
Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
interesting. Yeah. I'm just asking that because I know France, as we speak right now, is somewhat on
Mhm.
fire, about to collapse. So,
That's true.
with the
Yeah,
collapse of France, it seems like their money would collapse, and then you would be free to print your own money if you have the right government in place.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
We are praying for that. We are hoping for that. Because that for us will be a kind of a economic liberation of Africa. We are not yet, these 14 countries and many other countries are not yet fully liberated, because economically speaking, the 14 countries that are controlled by France are not yet liberated economically. We can talk about independence, colonial independence, but yet this aspect, they are still directly controlling us. Yeah.
Okay, I just got one more thing because you're there in Cameroon, and we know more about maybe Ghana and the Sahel and some of the other ones, but we don't, as a Black American, but we don't know that much about Cameroon. Are you seeing many Black Americans there in Cameroon?
Oh yeah. What I've noticed is that in the aspect of welcoming Black Americans to Cameroon, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have been doing so much well about that. The only challenge we have is that being a French-speaking country, the Black Americans themselves find a bit of challenge coming into a system that has another language. It is easier to
Yeah.
come into Ghana or to Nigeria or to the Gambia. These are English countries in Africa. Now
Yeah.
you are an American, a black American. You want to come to Africa, and then you are coming to Cameroon or to another country that speaks a language different from the English language. It becomes a bit challenging. Despite
Yes.
the fact that you would love to be there, then it means coming there you have to learn another language. And when you reach the capital, you have to go now to the English region. So the crisis that is going on now, which has caused a kind of fear and insecurity for people coming into the region, would not want to, even the government would not want to recommend that they go to Bamenda, to the southwest, to Boya, because of what is happening. If not, I hear more about Ghana, the Gambia, Nigeria. Yes.
Okay. All right. That clears up what I
Mhm.
was
Yep.
thinking. Okay. Thanks. I appreciate that you're there, that you can give us what's really on the ground right now happening. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Reverend,
All right.
Reverend,
You're most welcome.
you
Mhm.
you are on ground, and then you are facing the challenges. You are with the people. You are interacting with the youths every day. You are even educating some of the youths,
Mhm.
as well as celebrating with everybody, your parishioners. You travel around Cameroon.
Mhm.
So, what is the future for Cameroon? I mean, what do you think is the future for Cameroon? Are we going to be in the same situation 7 years and 14
Oh, that's a
years,
little bit
or
loud.
are we going to? Do you think that Cameroon will have a change, and how will the change be? Is it positive, negative? Just tell us what's the future.
Okay. Speaking from the aspect of a Christian leader, I would like to quote from St. Paul's letter to the Romans, Romans chapter 5, verse 5, which says, "Our hope will never deceive us." We are hoping for a better Cameroon. We are hoping for a better Africa, and we're very, very optimistic that the regime which is in place is almost at its crumbling stage. And the young people all over the world, the social media has influenced a lot, has taught a lot of young people about good governance, about trust, about transparency. And so this is the last stage of autocracy that we are facing. Probably I will just talk about Cameroon. If this leadership that we have in hand, if he has to stay again, the highest will be 7 years. And after the 7 years, probably we'll be having a new Cameroon. We'll be having a new set of leaders that will be held accountable by the young people in Cameroon. And so we have hope. We have hope that Cameroon has a lot of prospects, because of what we have in terms of resources, because we have what we have in terms of the young people, because of what we have in terms of the talents that are growing up, and also because of the universality of the world. The world has become a global village. I talk to you, I am sitting in a village in Cameroon. You are in the Philippines. Our friend is from the US and is also here. So the globality of the continent has made us to be able to learn from each other. And so we will read, we will listen, and then the prospect of Cameroon will certainly change. Cameroon will be a better place in the near future. Just to pray for this autocracy to leave, and then a new set of leaders coming. Thank you very much.
You know, we
Hey,
cannot talk about Africa. Yeah, okay. Uncle Ned, you go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Finish. I'll wait.
Yeah, I was just saying we cannot talk about Africa without talking about the giant that has, I mean, the strongest man that is taking over African youths right now, Captain Ibrahim
Abraham.
Traore. Yeah, I mean, we out here we see him as a hero. What do you think, or what are the youths saying about him? The Cameroonian youths saying about him? Are they looking up to him, or they think he's a dictator? What do you think? Or what have you surveyed in the field?
Oh yes, His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore is more spoken in every circle, among every age group, either among the old, the young and the middle age group. He is an inspiration for most of the African young people. He is an idol for many who want to be leaders, and he is that type of person that people see him as the new Sankara, because Sankara was murdered, and Sankara wanted to unify Africa. And so everywhere you go and you want to make an example of a good leader, you must mention his name. If you don't mention his name and you're talking about leadership, then the point you are passing across will not be dissolved. So Ibrahim Traore is an example to all the African youths, not only in Cameroon but everywhere around Africa. And it's a great joy that we have someone coming up at that point. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Captain Traore, he's doing a lot, and I know he speaks French as well as English and maybe some other languages and everything. We're even hearing a lot about him here, and hope he does well. But he is tied in pretty good with the Russians and Chinese. Is there any Russian or Chinese influence in Cameroon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we do have a lot of influence of the Chinese. Their presence here is enormous. You know, in diplomacy in Africa, when you are not very democratic, you turn to the Russian and the Chinese, because for them they don't bother about how democratic you are. One thing with the Western countries, America and Europe, is that if you must align with them, democratically you should be just. You should do what is democratically right. And then, since Traore came to power through pulling down another president, the West are not actually happy with him. America, we can't say that they are happy with him. The Europeans are not happy with him. But then we must say what the truth is. The truth is that he's doing well, and where he needs to have his support is Russia and China for the betterment of his country. Because actually, democracy in Africa is not yet mature. And what the West will be expecting for African leaders and even Africans to practice democracy has not reached that level. So he must align towards that side, not meaning that he's an enemy to democracy. No, it is just because a lot of African leaders are abusing the democracy. Like in Cameroon, for example, President Biya argues that democratically he was elected, but the elections were rigged. They were cheated. And so when you say like that, if someone has to take him over, the person must align with the... Yeah.
Do you feel safe? You're able to criticize this kind of corrupt government? You're still there in Cameroon. You're not in danger by talking about him at all? Do you feel okay? You don't feel threatened?
No, first of all, being a Christian leader, being a church leader as I am, the truth is part of what I vow in leadership. When you are speaking the truth, you must be ready to face the consequences. And the truth is what the Bible says has to set us free. In a discussion like this, I have to tell you the truth so that the truth will enlighten you and enlighten the world of what Cameroon is facing. But then if I keep on blabbing and lying, first of all, I won't be a good Christian, I won't be a perfect leader, and then I will lead people to the wrong part of history. So when we are speaking, we know the consequences, but we also know that there is life after death. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. There is a comment in the comment section from Kid Natalie. He says, she just wanted to ask, how is Cameroon right now? Is it safe? What part of Cameroon is safe?
Oh, okay. Thanks for that question, Natalie. Cameroon is still very safe. It's still very, very safe. You can come to Cameroon. You can come to Douala. You can come to Yaoundé. You can come to Bafoussam. You can even go right to Garoua and Maroua, the towns that are very, very welcoming and very safe. In Maroua, we just have a little problem of the Boko Haram. These are Islamist extremists. But Yaoundé is very safe. I bet you can, yeah, you can enjoy Yaoundé, you can enjoy Douala, you can enjoy Bafoussam. It is very, very okay. It does the English.
I was
Yes.
in Limbe
You can go.
last December. I was okay there.
Yeah. Limbe is still very, very okay. I had some friends from Italy. We took them to Limbe and they were okay. It's just Bamenda that is not very safe. Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Captain Billy Jack. That's Captain Billy Jack from Cebu. He's also from US, but he's here in the Philippines. We have Kid Natalie from Cebu, Filipino. We have Juju, is here in Tacloban, Philippines, but he's from the US. He's married. And Uncle Ned over there. The person speaking is Reverend Brother Derek. That's my own brother, and I'm very proud to have him on live. So if you have any question for him, I'll be very, very happy to let you ask the questions. He is here to answer about Cameroon, Africa, and the rest of the whole Africa and other parts of down to South America, because he also have ties to South America, Jamaica, Brazil. So whatever question you have to ask, I will just give you the floor. Uncle Ned, continue.
Well, here we are. I'm sitting in the Philippines. 2 or 3 of us are in the Philippines. Do you have many Filipinos over there in Cameroon? Because Filipinos are all over the world. I'm just wondering, do you run into a large number of them there in Cameroon?
Oh yeah. We do have a good number of the Filipinos in Cameroon are missionaries, and they work also in the diplomatic areas in Yaoundé. I've not known Filipinos to be business people. They come more to Cameroon for religious purposes and then for diplomatic reasons. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Apart from
Cameroon
that, also
Catholic.
yeah, they have a lot of impact, a positive impact in the education sector in Cameroon, in certain remote areas. This solar system. The Filipinos are the ones that are educating more the villages about proper solar system, and then the clean environment. When we talk about clean environment, we talk about the atmosphere, and they're the ones trying to conserve and to educate people on how to keep forests and then to have good air. Yeah.
That's a Filipino company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've not. Anyway, there were some.
Yeah, go ahead.
There were some. I've heard of Filipinos working in Cameroon, but then they are mostly based in the capital, in Yaoundé and in Douala. So personally, I've not had personal contact with Filipinos in terms of industrialization, but I know that their presence in Cameroon is very much felt in the capital. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Ned says, I guess Cameroon is Catholic. Natalie says, how do people in Cameroon generally practice and value their faith?
Okay. Cameroon, first of all, before being Catholic, is an African country. And Africans are notorious, as one of our authors will say, they are notorious believers. They believe in everything they do. And so the Catholicism in Cameroon is about 49% as we speak now. The other denominations are there, and then in the north we have Islam. So we have
Wow.
Catholicism, which is the dominant. We have other denominations, religious denomination, and then we have the Islam. But then we also have the African traditional beliefs. These are people who
Okay.
belong to neither Catholic or no Islam, no Christianity, but then they practice, they believe in
Come
God
on.
in their own way. Yeah.
We're coming. We're coming now. Okay.
So with
Hey,
with
give me a minute.
all
I've got
this,
to do something right quick.
okay,
Mhm.
right. So with all these different religions or denominations, do they all respect each other and work together, or are they working differently?
No, I think the Christians last 2 weeks we had what we call the week for Christian unity, ecumenism, which means that basically Christians work together. They see one another as brothers and sisters, and there's no trouble among Christians. What we've had as trouble is the among the Muslims, because Muslim is a religion that is prone to extremism, and so in areas where they are more, they always want to cause havoc. Like in the north, we talk about the extremist practice, Boko Haram. They want to do away with those who are not Muslims, but then it is very limited because it's just in the north. Where I am in Tatum, we have Muslims and we live together. We have some of them in our school. The parents are our friends. So it is, first of all, living together as brothers and sisters before going into the religion. Yeah.
Okay. So there's no trouble with living with the Muslims and other denominations. There's no trouble. There's no discrimination.
No. No. It does not exist, as to say. In some cases, the government has always been the one trying to instigate the Muslims against Christians because they want to use that opportunity to break even and to let people be vulnerable so that they continue governing. But unfortunately for them, in a family, in a typical African family, you must always have maybe one Muslim and many Christians, or many Christians and many Muslim and one Christian. So it's very difficult for brothers and sisters to turn against each other because of
Each other.
religion.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
Africa is first about family before any other thing.
Exactly.
Right.
And we have
So
the practice of extended family.
right. So Natalie is asking,
Mhm.
I hope this is okay to ask. Sometimes I hear that many Africans don't like being asked too many questions. Is that true?
No, we are allowed. We accept all questions, and except the questions are not up to what we understand or what we're able to respond. But we are very, at this age and time, Africans are very open to any type of question concerning any topic at any moment. Yeah.
Right. That's true. So Jojo, are you there? Are you on? Yeah, so Natalie wants me to answer this question. Okay, yeah, Africans, they can answer any question. It depends whether the question is responsible enough and is being asked at the right time in the right place. Sometimes some questions are being considered as uh, not being asked at the right time or at the right place. So it all depends on the question and what time and what place you're asking the question. You know, so it depends. I think Africans are open to answering every kind of question. That's my own answer. So, Reverend, I just want to come back to you. So, how, with the crisis in the Anglophone region right now, I also heard that Biafra Nigeria, the Nigerian Biafra or the Igbos, they want to break out from Nigeria because they want to form their own country. Do you have any idea about that, or what can you say about that?
Yeah, the issue of the Biafran state is a long-standing topic that started right far 1960s, and up till now they have been talking about that because they feel that the nation Nigeria has not considered them as fully part of that country. But I will bet you one of the main causes of people wanting to secede in Africa, wanting to separate, is because of bad governance. It is only poor governance that will make a group of people to feel that it is better for them to go their way and govern themselves the way they want. So
Right.
to better address this issue is to look at the governance in Africa. Because if everyone has good water, potable water, there's electricity, there are roads, there is safety, there are enough schools and hospitals, I think many people will not want to separate because they say unity is force. And so separating into small states will not make any meaning. The cause of this reason for separating is mainly because of poor governance. And we hope that one day when Africa will enjoy good governance, all these dreams of secession will die down. Yeah, for now, Biafra is because of that. The Ambazonia or the Anglophones separation is because of that. The Togoland is because of poor governance. This is the main cause of people wanting to separate. If we have what we need as people, we never desire separation.
Is there another group in Togo that wants to separate?
Yes, there's a Western Togoland that is between is the west of Togoland and then is the east of Ghana. They have always they also started their uprising that they wanted to separate. So we have actually in Africa we have the west of Togoland, and then we have the Nigerian, the Biafra, and then the west of Cameroon also, the north and the southwest. These are the three areas in Cameroon, and then we also have the Somaliland in the east there. Somaliland, yes.
Somali. Hey, bienvenue mon frère, comment ça va?
Merci. Comment ça va, mon frère?
Ça va bien, ça va bien. Ça va bien. Okay, so Somali is also trying to...
Nous avons un francophone ici. Bienvenue, mon cher frère.
Enchanté, mon frère.
C'est un Américain, c'est italien. Mais il parle français, un peu de français.
Un peu de français, un peu de français.
Right. So, welcome. This Jojo, my best man here. We were just out the other day in Iran playing petang. Do you know petang game?
I just followed from your videos. I saw it from your videos. That was my first time to see it, but it seems interesting.
Yeah, that's a game I want to become the world champion in that very soon. I'm going to go to Olympics to play petang. Yeah, so Natalie is asking how do people in Africa...
I was saying, I hope Uncle Ned will allow you to take the lead, because Uncle Ned seems to be powerful in the game also.
Don't worry about him. He can't beat me anymore. I'm learning my techniques. So,
all right.
Natalie is saying that how do people in Africa express love?
Which type of love is he talking about? Is it filial love, agape love, erotic love? Which type of love? Because being a Christian leader, I categorize love in different age, in different stages. So let her be precise. Which type of love is talking about?
By the way, Natalie, Reverend is not married. He is a Reverend in the Catholic Church. He's not married, so he doesn't know about men and women loving each other. So you can ask him more questions about religion, politics, because I know that Reverends are more in and more deeper in politics than us. They understand. They have to understand the politics of the country in order to deal with the situation at hand and deal with it peacefully. So
levels.
I
But
Jojo,
I will also want to help Natalie. I also want to help Natalie understand that we have in love. When we talk about love, there are different aspects of love. There's one we call the perfect love that comes from Christ. That's Jesus Christ dying on the cross for us. There's what we call filial love that is within the family. There's agape. There's the love that leads to marriage. And so if he's talking about love as one word, it can be a bit vague in the African context because we understand it in different aspects. But then if she's talking about the love that leads to marriage, then I would tell her that that type of love it comes natural. It comes natural. First of all, you have to love somebody. You have to have feelings for somebody, and then the person has to reciprocate the feelings, and you have to talk this out in a stage called courtship, where you express your feelings, and then opportunities. You have opportunities maybe to go out on a walk or to sit down somewhere, and then it grows from stage to stage. It's not something that is fictional. Love in Africa is very genuine and it is very open. Remember that the social media has also exposed the African youth to the realities, and so it is not very different from here and the Philippines and elsewhere. What is practiced here is exactly what is practiced elsewhere around the world. The young people know how to go about proposing, having friends, and doing other things. If that is the love she's talking about. But if it's the love about a brother and a sister, I naturally must love my brother and my sister, and I support them, and I pray for them, and I call them, and I check on them, and all that. All right, thank you.
right.
Well put.
Natalie,
Well put, brother.
Is your question answered? Are you satisfied? If you have more questions, please drop in the comment section, or you can join the live. You can join the live. I just send you a link. You can join the live, and then you can ask the questions directly. We welcome Jojo. Jojo, what do you think about? First of all, you are coming from America, and I think you have not been to the continent. What's your idea about the continent before coming to the Philippines? Or, I mean, originally, what did you think about the continent? When I mean the continent, I mean Africa, the motherland.
Oh man, being Caribbean, right? Having Caribbean family, Africans are my brothers and sisters, right? You know what I mean? We're the same people, really. And we say in Surinamese, right? Remember, I was talking to Uncle Iwan from Suriname, and we say so many we witty, one bomb, like so many leaves on a tree, but one tree, right? And so much of our culture is like directly influenced by our African ancestors, right? So we have tribal dances. You've seen Caribbeans. We have African head wraps and dresses the women wear. Same thing. We play the drums.
Beans and plantain.
Yeah, plantain, fish, fried fish. You know what I mean? It's the same culture. It's just yeah. So I always wanted to go. One day I'll make that trip because my dad, rest in peace to him, he visited Kenya and Tanzania back in 1989. So I would love to go there to the motherland.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah. So you're welcome, bro. If you can connect with Reverend Derek, and then you keep in touch with him. If you ever want to visit Africa, just text him, and you will know where he is, because sometimes he's in Ghana, Ivory Coast, Kenya. The next moment you hear he's in Brazil. So I don't know. He's my brother, but I always catch him somewhere else. Right.
Also, I want to apologize. I didn't know you were a reverend. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said brother. Brother, I should have said father. Pear, right? Pear Derek. So, my apologies.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The thing is, before becoming religious, before becoming reverend, we are first of all human, and being our humanness comes from the fact that we're all children of God. That's the basic thing. And so sometimes the
Amen.
protocols of titles, reverend, and all that, it comes when you are properly introduce yourself. You can feel that I am a child of God, you are a child of God, we are together. And the responsibility given to me to lead young people, it was make me to merit that title of reverend. That's all.
Okay. I see.
Mhm.
Definitely. I want to go to the motherland because even for us, especially from Catholic backgrounds, we know the motherland, especially places like Nigeria, Cameroon, of course, Ivory Coast, heavily Catholic
Mhm.
backgrounds. So, like I said, back
Yeah.
home, we vibe together. We're all one community. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. We have people from everywhere: Filipinos,
Okay.
Russians, Poles, Cameroonians, Nigerians. We're one body.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I,
Mhm.
I read somewhere that Christianity is dying in Europe. A lot of people are not going to church. A lot of young people are not going to church. Mostly the old people are going to church. Most churches, cathedrals are being given out or being sold out to business people or private private individuals for different reasons. So I don't know how do you find Christianity in Africa? Is it still the same? Is it growing, or is it going down?
Oh, I must say that Christianity is growing. In Africa, the numerics are still increasing. The numbers are still increasing because naturally, the Africa is one of the continents that still experiences a lot of birth rate. And families, when naturally they give birth, the children they naturally follow the parents to the different places of faith. And so Christianity in Africa, because of the continuous increase in birth rate, Christianity, the numbers continue to grow. But if you talk about prospects of challenges, it may not be very soon, but then the numbers are growing. Yeah.
Can I touch on that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? If we look at the early church, right? The early church grew so much because of persecution, right? Like the persecution was actually something that catalyzed the faith and made more Christians, more, baptized people. But if you look at Europe, right? Europe doesn't have any persecution. They're considered the first world. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to go to Europe. And so I believe I can't remember the chapter in the book of Deuteronomy, but it basically talks about if you allow your land to be filled with pagans, they'll take over your land and they'll basically make you the minority. And so look at what we're seeing in Europe. Europe is Babylonian, it's pagan, ancient churches are being sold. Notre Dame, remember, was burned. they don't have any persecution. It's the free world, yet their church is shrinking. You know, and France was the eldest daughter of the church. You know, so many holy Catholic
Exactly.
saints come from France. Saint Therese of Lisieux, Saint Louis de Montfort. I can go on and on and on. Charles the 14th. There's so many holy French saints, but yet nowadays you look at France, you look at London, you look at places in Germany. Germany has so many Catholic saints. Saint Bridget of Sweden, so many saints from Germany, holy people, but yet they don't have any persecution, and yet their church is dying. You know.
Right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm really amazed. I'm really amazed at the way he has the history of the church at the top of his hand, and what he's saying is very perfect. Persecution, what made the Christianity to spread. But it could have remained in the Middle East, but since they were persecuted, they moved. The apostles moved from one place to another, and that's how as they were going, they were carrying along Christianity, and it became a world religion. And so today we have it. Then in Europe now, because they are very comfortable, they don't have any persecution, there are no challenges. So so many people don't see any reason to pray again. They don't think that God is necessary in their life. So they have the choice of either becoming an atheist or just becoming any type of person, because there are no challenges. So obviously I am very much in agreement with what he is saying, and it's perfectly tying to the history of the church. Yeah.
Thank you, Reverend.
That's good. So I wanted to ask you this question. You are working in one of the most difficult parts of Africa because of the political crisis that they are facing right there. And you are also the head of youth. You are also the head of the youth, and you are coordinating a lot of schools under you. And how do you manage to keep these schools functioning, keep the students safe, keep the teachers safe, despite the crisis between the separate group, the separationists, and the military? How do you manage to keep these things going? Do you have some sort of an agreement with the two fighters?
Okay. The best thing to do is to be on the safe side with the parents. The parents are the key factors in the schools here. Once you are on the safe side with the parents, then you are fine. But the parents are the one who does the negotiation on behalf of the school, especially when it comes to Catholic schools. And so, being a good leader, you'll be able to manage the students. Let your students be happy in the environment where they find themselves. Let them feel that you have them at heart. And then, secondly, let the parents feel that you stand with them. You share your ideologies, your ideas with them, and they buy your ideas, and in that way, you will not have problems either with the military or with the separatists. That's always been the logic of leading here. If you stand with the military, you have problem with the separatists. You are with the separatists, you have problem with the military. But then the people with whom we work, the students, the teachers, and the parents, once they align with you, then you are safe. Because they're the ones, some of them have direct links, the military, and others have direct links with the separatists. And so when you deal with them perfectly well, so that when they talk about you in their circles, they talk about you well. And so you have no problem with the two camps. Yeah.
You don't take sides.
You can't take sides. Taking sides is very risky.
That's true. Natalie says, I would love to understand more how do people in Cameroon usually live day to day?
Okay. If you talk about Cameroon as a country, it becomes a bit difficult to talk about it, because Cameroon is like like Philippines, with the urban centers and the villages. So in the urban centers, life is different. In the village, life is different. Right now, I'm in a village setting. In the village, people are more into agriculture. They have either farms and livestock, so and the others. So when they get up in the morning, the parents they go to their farms, they go to take off their livestock, their animals, their goats, their cows, and whatever. And then the children basically go to school and come back. Uh, but when you go to the towns, it's different. In towns, you have the commercial aspect. That means people doing their businesses, and you have offices where people go to take decisions. So it is, if you talk about Cameroon as a whole, it's very difficult. But I can only talk about Cameroon in terms of the village and the town. The town is a bit very vast. So many activities go on in town, sporting activities, business activities, administrative activities. But in the village, it's more about agriculture, education, and that basically agriculture and education in the village. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, Natalie, is there a follow-up question or are you okay with that? Captain Billy Jack says, I am curious, how is the economics there? I know most of the world is suffering from inflation and I also know the new tariffs have affected other countries as well. So basically the question is, how is the economics there in Cameroon?
Okay, I will say that economic situation in Cameroon is not very bad. It is bad, but not very bad because our franc CFA is controlled by France, and so it is always regulated. Right now, I think 500 francs is about a dollar. 500 goes for a dollar or something like that. And so if you have like let me say $10 is about 5,000 francs. The inflation is there, but it's not very high. It's always controlled by France, which still remains the superpower of the French colonies in Africa. So coming to Cameroon and having a dollar, you are not certainly going to experience a lot of inflation. Yeah.
Right. And beside Nigeria, the naira has collapsed. The naira used to be strong. Naira used to be $1 to 250 naira. Now, I think it's $1 to 1,500 naira. So the inflation rate in naira in Nigeria is very high compared to that in Cameroon. And mostly in Cameroon, every family, every household has got a piece of land as a farmland, and they cultivate a lot of crops. So they keep a lot of there's a lot of food, even though maybe the money the money in circulation may be limited, but the food is always there. That's why you see Reverend is looking very fresh. So
Okay.
Natalie,
I would like to
yeah.
I would like to make I would like to take permission. I have a meeting in about 60 minutes from now.
Okay.
If
Okay.
the people in the studio are not very, yeah, I would like to beg to leave, but I hope that we meet again next time to talk about other things, about Cameroon,
Yeah,
about Africa, about Christianity, about any other thing.
yeah, we'll always be
Mhm.
bringing you up as the expert in Africa to enlighten us
Mhm.
more about the things happening in Africa and Cameroon. Thank you very much, Reverend. Go to your meeting and then please let's keep in touch. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you, thank you to everyone, and have a nice day. Okay.
Bye, bro.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming. We are exactly 1 hour and 1 minute. I think we need to extend the live because we have been talking about Africa and Cameroon throughout. I think it's an interesting topic. I don't know, but I would love to. Yeah, keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming, Natalie. Okay, Natalie say thank you for answering all my questions. Keep the questions coming. Jojo, are you there or are you busy? If you're watching us on live, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching from. How is the weather? It's been raining all day. It's very cold right now. And I hope everybody is safe because I went out earlier today and it was flooding. Thank you and welcome from how is the weather in Cebu, by the way? Is it raining? Is it the same in Cebu as is in Tacloban? Raining all day, class suspended. Yeah. The students here, most of the students here are still didn't go to school since yesterday. I think the classes were suspended yesterday and today. I don't know about tomorrow. Uh, what is happening? Is it like a typhoon is coming or what's happening? Yeah, the rain here it was really crazy. I haven't seen rain like this. I mean, since last week, we just had a little bit of sunshine on Sunday. I think Saturday and Sunday, and then it started again. Low pressure. So it's only low pressure. There's no typhoon. But I heard that in other places like Biliran, there is a lot of landslide there. Oh yeah, Captain Billy Jack is watching from Cebu as well. Thank you and welcome to the channel. I mean, our topic today was supposed to be about why are foreigners being arrested in the Philippines? What are they doing wrong? What are the mistakes of the foreigners in the Philippines? Wow. It rained all day and last night in Lapu-Lapu, Cebu. Captain, are you in Lapu-Lapu as well? Wow, it seems I have a good number of audience in Lapu-Lapu, Cebu. I'm well connected to Lapu-Lapu, Cebu. Thank you very much. So just to end, I don't think we need to stay for long. Just to end, I would like to say that some of the mistakes that the foreigners are doing here, are making here, is they don't know how to respect the culture of the people. So if you are a foreigner and you're living in the Philippines, I would really beg you to understand the culture, understand the people, what they want, what they can do, what they cannot do. If you can touch somebody, you should know your relationship with that person before touching. You see, a lot of vloggers go around making videos, taking videos in places they are not supposed to take. Even if you go to the barangays, you are not supposed to take videos without obtaining permission. You have to obtain permission before you take videos. And you cannot take videos of people doing their daily activities. You know, they don't want to be in your video. So avoid it if you're a vlogger. So if people don't want to be in your video, don't take just for the sake of making content. So I've seen this American being arrested, and I think another guy from, is it Estonia? I don't know, but he's a place in the Eastern Europe, was also arrested for this same reason. You know, taking videos where you're not supposed to take, calling people, looking down on the people. These are things that are not accepted. Even in your country, you will not do this as a foreigner. You wouldn't look down on people. Also, in the Philippines, you have to respect the women. If you don't like them, it's okay. Stay on your own. You have to respect. You know, this American guy in Manila slapped a girl in the, was it in the bar? Who gave you the right to slap somebody? You know, whatever is the case, if you exchange words, yeah, you can fight with words, but also mind your words. what you say and what you cannot say. So I was just about to put out this to most of the foreigners that we should really be careful, because as seen on the YouTube channel called Asia Now, a foreigner was found dead in Cebu recently, but they don't know the cause of it yet. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, Captain, I heard that a foreigner was found dead in a hotel in Cebu. So I think the autopsy will let us know what caused it, but I don't know why. So most of these things have been happening for long, and I just beg that we as foreigners should really be careful here, because we come out here to enjoy, to have fun, you know, to associate with the locals, to celebrate our success, or to find happiness in a different way. You know, we don't come out here to look for trouble. Most foreigners, you don't come out here to show off, to show that you are better than the Filipinos. So this is very hard on, if I, as a vlogger, if I see some vloggers being arrested, I feel bad, because wherever I go in the Philippines, I'm being welcome. But if some bad seeds go around giving us bad names, so when I go out now, I'm scared to take my video, or I'm scared to speak to people. I'm scared to associate with people, because they think that, oh, you are a vlogger, you are going to cause trouble, you know. So that is it. Thank you very much, Captain. I think I'm going to end the live here. Today we are just going to do a 1 hour live, and I thank everybody for coming. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll try to come on live early, about 7:30 to 8, so that we can catch up with an hour or 1 hour 30 minutes of live. Thank everybody for coming, and I wish you a good night. I hope you did enjoy your dinner, bro. So the secret is don't just sleep immediately. So probably you want to take a walk. You want to take a walk after dinner if you are not a late eater, because if you eat late and you just go to bed, you will have issues in the morning. So everybody, welcome to my live. Thank you very much for joining. And tomorrow we will come up with a new topic. We'll let you know before time. If you want to join, I will send you a link. My Facebook is Breezer's channel, or Better Still G Edwin. You can message me directly. I will send you a link to join. The YouTube channel remains Breezers TV. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Go through the videos that I've posted. Some of the videos are very informative. Some of them are just fun to watch. Some of them are showing videos in Thailand, Laos, and other countries. So if you watch any of the videos, I will beg you to leave a comment if it's good or not good. This channel is just new. It's not up to 1 year. And we're trying to grow the numbers and grow in our experience as well. So thank you very much for joining, everybody. It's Breezers. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.